So this is actually my first zombies video in about 3 months. Actually, until 2 days ago, I didn't stream zombies in about 2 months. I took a big break from zombies, I played other games. As of very recently, I've jumped on the bandwagon of playing Fortnite like every other zombies YouTuber at this point. But for the most part, I've just been playing other games off camera and just not really been entertained, I should say, by zombies. Now, World War II is not a bad game in any stretch of the imagination, but it does have its issues. For me personally, and I feel like everyone's got their own little issue with this game, and that's like with every game. Every game has its issues. Even Treyarch's games, people sit there and say they're perfect, but they do have their flaws. I think specifically with any game of Call of Duty Zombies that isn't made by Treyarch, people assume immediately that it's going to be worse, and in a way they have the right to do so, because Treyarch were the first developer of Call of Duty to actually release zombies. It was an Easter egg and then they implemented it full time, and it became this really, really popular, you know, game mode. And honestly, I say right now, it could rival multiplayer. Multiplayer back in the day, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, would absolutely dominate. But as of quite recently, I say as of Black Ops 3, I would say zombies is actually on par, and in certain situations, zombies would have overturned multiplayer. Now, the COD community thus far, not just the zombies community, is dying out. It's dying out, and this will happen up until Black Ops 4 or whatever Treyarch's next title is. So there are a few things I want to go on about in this video. I'm probably just going to title this video Zombies Community or something along those lines, because I'm just going to talk about a bunch of stuff to do with zombies. And, you know, just sit down and talk. So this video may not make no sense to anyone, or it may just be quite boring. It'll probably have some zombies gameplay in the background that I'll go and record. But, yeah, let's get into it. Something I wanted to quickly talk about is, and I kind of got into this earlier but went off topic, was World War II zombies and why people hate it. Now, specifically for me, I would say that it's too much like Treyarch, and I said this with Infinite Warfare Zombies as well. Infinite Warfare Zombies is much, much closer, but it's very, very difficult, unbelievably difficult to make a zombies in a Call of Duty game that isn't somewhat similar to Treyarch. It would be very, very difficult. I think the closest we've come in terms of zombies, obviously you'd say Extinction or something, but in terms of zombies, probably exo-zombies, at least in my opinion. I think World War II, very similar to Black Ops 3, and the older Call of Duties. I say honestly more similar to Black Ops 1 if anything, but it's still a very, very similar as Treyarch Zombies. Infinite Warfare, in my opinion, and I've stated my opinion, if anyone from Infinite Warfare watches this, probably will never happen, don't hate me. Correct me if I'm wrong, was there any new perks introduced into Infinite Warfare Zombies that's not been introduced? Because I know we had Bomb Stoppers, but that's PhD. Slappy Taffy, I guess you could kind of say that's Widow's Wine. I guess that's its own perk. Was there any other perk? I didn't play DLC 2, 3, or 4, so I would not know. I didn't think Infinite Warfare was a bad game, but the reason I didn't play it that much was simply because I thought it was too much like Black Ops 3, and I just didn't enjoy it. It was just basically, in my opinion, just somebody, a smaller company trying to copy what Treyarch did. And I'm not saying Infinity Ward, couldn't say that for a minute. Infinity Ward are smaller than Treyarch. In a lot of aspects, they may be a bigger company overall, but the zombies aspect, Treyarch's much bigger, and I feel like they just thought, what's popular? Zombies? You know what, let's just do zombies. That's kind of what the mindset was of Infinite Warfare, it seems like. I know there are a lot of fans of Infinite Warfare, and I don't want to roast Infinite Warfare too much, but yeah, in my own personal opinion, IMO, I don't really like Infinite Warfare Zombies that much at all. I didn't buy DLC 2, 3, or 4, and around that time I was a Zombies YouTuber. I was doing a load of Black Ops 3, but I just didn't enjoy it. Even DLC 1 I downloaded and brought a week after it was released. Long story short, Infinite Warfare was not the game for me. World War II, I can honestly see myself getting every single DLC. As of now, I've not brought the Season Pass, I've not brought any DLC. Once the DLC comes out, I'll probably buy them in order. I don't think I'll buy the Season Pass. Maybe I will. It really depends, but I honestly think I'll get every single DLC as it releases. Just because, I don't know, I want to play World War II. I want to see what it's got to offer. It was only as of about 3 or 4 days ago that I watched the Darkest Shore reveal trailer, you know, the DLC 1 reveal trailer, and that was, what, 3 weeks after it was released? So I've not been caught up with zombies as of recently. I'm starting to get more caught up now. I'm starting to watch more zombies YouTubers streams. I'm starting to just, you know, respect zombies a bit more than I have the past 2 months, but I've not been caught up with zombies ever, just not that much. I'm struggling to talk, I don't know why. I've got a few zombies videos planned in the next couple of days. After this, I've got a video planned which will be the top 5 things I hope to see within Call of Duty Black Ops 4 or whatever game mode it is. And I know a lot of YouTubers, I've honestly seen about 5 separate zombies YouTubers do this as a video idea. But I think it's a really good idea, and I would like to do something along those lines, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, the zombies community, this is like the meat of the matter. This is why I made this video. It's literally called the zombies community. Thumbnail, title, everything. It's because the zombies community is dead, and everyone in the zombies community, you know, they're either doubling down on the zombies, even people who still really love zombies, which is most people in the zombies community. I'm not saying people are hating on zombies. Most people I talk to, they say, I like World War II, but it's just not a game for me, or I like World War II, but it just got boring, or it's too similar to Treyarch, which in my opinion, that's probably why I didn't like it as much, because every time I play it, I just have a weird want to play a Treyarch map, you know. My first stream back with zombies was Mob of the Dead. It was in World War II, you know, it was a map from, how long ago was Mob of the Dead made? The zombies community is dead simply due to the fact that World War II isn't offering as much as we want, and in my personal opinion, I think it would do much better with an Extinction-esque game mode. Not necessarily Sledgehammer games, but Infinity Ward. If they went back to Extinction, and then Infinity Ward, or Sledgehammer I should say, had their Exo Survival or their Survival mode, I think Treyarch should be the only developer of zombies. Now, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, at least from what I've seen. I know a few people have said it here and there, but I don't see ever any Call of Duty developer overcoming Treyarch in what they've done, and because they were the fathers of what this game mode is, you know, they were the makers, they were the founding fathers is what I was meant to say. This video may end up being a shambles. I'm taking massive long pauses just to think of something to say. I've not made a script or anything along those lines. I just wanted to sit down and talk and just make a normal video, just random concept, no script, nothing. Just, I say no script. Very few of my videos, I can only remember one video I've ever done a script with, so if my videos ever seem a bit too natural, that's... I hope you enjoyed this video. Probably not. It was a very random video. I didn't really talk that much about the zombies community, and even when I did, it didn't really make any sense. It was more of a rant video on my part to World War II and Infinite Warfare than it was on the actual zombies community itself. But there was not too much to say. I wanted to make this video just to discuss why the zombies community is dead, and it's so simple. It's just because World War II isn't doing it for a lot of people. That's literally it. There's not too much you can say, and it's all opinionated at the end of the day. I've not seen someone who I'm subscribed to, at least, post World War II. I've not seen anyone post World War II content in the past 2 weeks, and this is simply due to the fact that World War II has bored a lot of people. There's a lot of people that will still play it 100%, and I'll probably go back and play it in the next couple of days, but World War II, as of now, in my opinion, is too similar to Treyarch, and I think Call of Duty is honestly overstating its welcome in terms of how it is now. I think there needs to be some major changes, and Call of Duty will keep selling however bad it is. You know, Infinite Warfare, even though it was one of the worst selling Call of Duties, and definitely of modern time, it sold pretty well, you know, for a normal game. What was it, like the second or third best-selling game of 2016? Or was it the first? I can't remember, actually. That voice crack. I know it was up there, though, and it was all over the media, and, you know, even though it's a bad game, it's still going high up there. I say bad game, that's opinionated. But yeah, so Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty in general, I should say, will continue to sell, doesn't matter how bad the game is. They could make a game similar to, let's say, Roblox, and it would probably still sell a lot of copies, just because it's Call of Duty, it's Activision, it's, you know, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, you know, Infinity Ward, whoever is developing the game. But tell me in the comment section below if you think any developer will come close to what Treyarch have done. I think the reason, honestly, being, this is my only reason, because I see people tweeting it out like, no one should do zombies because, you know, they'll never beat Treyarch, and I'm like, well, come on, like, there's a chance, and there is a possibility, but the more I think about it, the more I agree with them in terms of Call of Duties, at least the two recent ones, Infinity Ward, or Infinity Warfare, I should say, and World War II, Infinite Warfare, that is, they're too much like Black Ops 3 in my opinion. Infinity Ward's multiplayer is very similar to Black Ops 3. The movement system, it just seems more lackluster. It's kind of like they took Black Ops 3, ripped a few things out, put a few things in, done, it's a game. And people could say that for most, you know, Call of Duty games. It's copy and paste, it's copy and paste, it's copy and paste. You know, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, in my opinion, are so similar. To say you like one better than the other, I guess I personally prefer Modern Warfare 3. A lot of people will hate that opinion, but they're so very similar. And that's kind of what Call of Duty is based on. But it's getting very repetitive now, I think, at least for me. Tell me what you think in the comment section below anyway. I know this has been, how long have we been recording for now? I've actually been recording for 13 minutes. I'll cut up a few clips, so it'll be maybe like a 10-minute video of just complete ramble. I'm not speaking much sense at all. I'm going on from one topic to another topic in the space of like 30 seconds. I do hope you somewhat enjoyed this video. I'm aware that this video may come across as just lazy, me just randomly talking, but I wanted to make a video on the zombies community but there's literally nothing to make it on besides talking about the other games, because there's no hype towards DLC 1 at the minute, not for me at least, even though I want it to come out quite soon, because I do want some zombies to actually play, some new zombies, you know. I'm very, very hyped for not DLC, Black Ops 4, or whatever the game's going to be called, but that's coming out in 11 months from now, so there's no point being hyped for that at this moment in time, no point really making videos on it, even though my next video will be on it, so that's making me sound like a hypocrite. I also had a rant on Twitter. This was about 3-4 months ago, when I actually made a video, or was it a live stream? But in a live stream, I mentioned that Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare were, you know, it's so bad to compare Infinite Warfare to Black Ops 3 because Black Ops 3 absolutely dominates it. And I got people saying, like, you can't compare Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare, and that's a stupid statement. You can compare almost anything. But Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare, they're so similar, you can compare them easily. And Black Ops 3, in my opinion, and I think majority of people's opinion, just dominates. People are still playing Black Ops 3 now and uploading it. Very rarely, yes, but they still do. I mean, with zombies, it's quite popular. With multiplayer tends to go on as the Call of Duties go on, whereas zombies tends to still go back. But Black Ops 3 is easily comparable to Infinite Warfare, especially in the zombies game mode, especially in multiplayer. The campaign, honestly, Infinite Warfare can take the cake on that one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's a pretty somewhat rushed video. I don't want it to come across as rushed, but I've literally just sat down, turned on Audacity, that's not the software. I've sat down, turned on Audacity, and just blurbed out whatever came into my head, the first thoughts that came into my head, and just, you know, spreaded them out onto this video, onto this Audacity, and just released it. That's basically how it feels. There'll be a few edits here and there, but the video may seem really, really rushed. I'm very tired, by the way, so if I'm stuttering, if I'm mispronouncing words, which I probably have this entire video, I am so unbelievably tired. I'm recording this now. It's actually 12 in the morning, but I'm very, very tired, so I do apologise. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.